Cleric, devoted build. Please wait, loading.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go. People, how's everybody doing? I'm back on Neverwinter, and I'm going to share my healer build with you guys. Now, but first things first, I want to let you know what came first, the chicken or the egg. Alright, another thing is that slideshow at the end of the video, it wasn't to show you guys that I'm better. It's to show you that with my low gear score and my equipment, I am keeping up with these 90k gear score guys. Alright, I'm not saying I'm better, I'm just keeping up that I'm able to obtain. Now remember, the better cleric you are, these people will remember your name when you're trying to recruit or trying to join an RDQ, a Reaper, or something like that. They remember your name depending how good of a cleric you are. So let's get into it. Now once again, I don't have anything. I just pretty much started with her a few weeks ago, so this is what I pretty much slapped on her from carrying over from my wizard. Now this thing here did cost me a little bit. It is helping me out. Now when you get higher rank, a higher gear score, you're not going to be needing outgoing healing as much. But right now I do, because with the buffs, I'm getting up to 90k outgoing healing. Later on, you won't need that much buffs for outgoing healing. You already be having outgoing healing up to 70-75%, which is really good. At the moment, mine's not that high. Enchantments, I had to move some stuff around. There we go. This is what I'm working with. Stats, there we go. Like once again, I mostly using for the forte and outgoing healing. Now from the event that gave us the new mounts and the companions, it put me over, so now I'm trying to rebalance it with the stuff I have. But it's always good to be a little bit over than not have enough of it, or way too much. If you're way too much, you definitely gotta do something. But I'm alright at the moment. Now, as a healing cleric, it is important for you not to die. You don't want to die. So, if you notice, my critical avoidance and deflect is a little bit higher than my defense and my severity. You gotta work on this stuff, guys, because some Reapers, you get whacked once and you're dead, you're out for the game. So if you're on a final boss and you're out after one hit, you're done. That's it. They're never gonna pick you up ever again until you get better. So, like I said, people remember your name. It's not like the community is that huge that there's always like 200,000 people on at the same time. No, it's very limited, and at the same time frame, it's the same people. So if you're from 6 to 9, you're going to be playing with the same people from 6 to 9. It's every day, it's not different people, it's the same group. So these people do remember you. So it's good to have a little defense. You want to be a tanky healer. Now, just to show you My outgoing healing is 55%, but like I said, I have all these buffs that's giving me up to 85, 90%, and that's the reason why I could keep up with these higher gear score guys. Mounts. Same thing. When I get my wizard going and I finish her, I'll be bringing some stuff over. Free from the event, cheap. I got lucky out the box, cheap. Combat power, Zodar. Damage reduction, damage dealt, outgoing healing. Win, win, win. I can't go wrong. I'm using armor breaker for the critical severity, but if you need more power, put the one that gives you more power. But I need more critical severity. So there we go. That's what I'm using. Companions. Deep Crow is only 200,000 in the trade house. I got this for free. This is just a filler. The Black Dragon Ion Zone is expensive at the Zen house and is expensive at the trade house for 3 million diamonds. Copies is free from Reaper. You just need to get 30 Reaper tokens, get the companion box, and voila. I'm using potency to increase my power. So with this plus the buffs, it gets me up to 85%, maybe 90, depending on the rest of your group's buffs that they're giving you. Boons, like I said before, I just started with her. This is what I got, but I got the most important ones. Accuracy is very important, ladies and gentlemen. Outgoing healing. I heal over time, and it gives me a little bit of defense. Powers. Here we go. Scattered flames. I'm using scattering light. Soothe is an old MTOS thing. We don't need soothe anymore. And blessing of light. So increase your effect of your next healing spell by 10%. I'm always using this. So if I'm at 55% plus this, 65% plus my other buffs and Zodar, it gets up there. So when you start healing, you want to make sure with buffs and everything that you're over 60%. If you're under 60%, you're not going to be healing as much. You're not. You're going to be spending so much divinity trying to heal one person at a time or the group. You run out of divinity before you even get to the second group. So make sure you're 60% over outgoing healing with your buffs. Alright, encounters. Now, like I said, later on, when you get higher ranked and you don't need so much outgoing healing buffs because your outgoing healing is at 75%, you can start putting some DPS stuff on. But let's start off with healing word. This is my bread and butter, and I mean that garlic butter, not that regular butter. All right. So healing word instantly heals, plus it has a heal over time. Now, HOT stands for heal over time. So when you see hot, that means heal over time. My second one is intercession, but I don't call it intercession. I call it my button. Alright. Now the third encounter, I do switch around depending on the group I'm working with. Now you can use Astral Shield, Cleansing Light, Exhaustion. Sunburst got changed. I don't really use that no more. Divine Glow. So depending on your tank, so say for instance your tank is new, he's low ranked, you know, he doesn't have a good build, or you're playing a Reaper where the encounter timer is higher, so your tank's encounters runs out and his refresh time is longer, you're gonna pull aggro. So automatically from all those enemies that he's pulled, once his timer is out, you're gonna pull that aggro. So automatically all those NPCs are gonna come after you. So you want to reduce your threat by half. So you need to time it just right. So you need to know when he uses his encounters. You know, all those little pictures that come up, you better figure out which picture for that character. When it pops up, you're like, oh, you gotta pop it so you don't have to take so much damage. I use Bastion of Health most of the time. It's pretty simple. I just, boom, right on top of them, and everybody's good. But mostly with the healing word and my button, I'm good. Dailies. Guardian of Faith is good. Hallowed Ground I use sometimes, and I only really use it on the boss, and that's when I have all my DPS team as hand-to-hand combat, because that's when everybody's able to benefit from it. But if you got a mix, you got range, you got only one melee, and you pop it down. Not everybody's gonna get close. Those rangers that they're using their bow, the clerics, any range person, they don't want to get close to the boss. They just want to stay far away and just try to do the little magic stuff at them. So it's not really useful unless the whole team is hand to hand. Once again, once you get a little higher rank, you can do a little DPS while you're healing. Anointed Army, I used to use this a long time ago. It's not bad, but I use Guardian of Life. Now, if you notice, heal self and nearby allies, grants a heal over time effect to self and nearby allies. Yes, if you notice, this is like having another cleric on the field. So every time I put down the angel and I use the healing word, I'm more automatically start regenerating divinity and start working on regenerating my daily again. So by the time the Guardian of Life is gone, I already have it ready to pop again. Now, class features, this is what I'm using at the moment. Increase your maximum divinity by 150, expanded faith. It does cost me a little bit, but as the stronger you get, you don't need as much. And the other one I'm using is Hollowed Guide. Increase healing by 5% when the target is within 15 meters. Once again, the buffs, when it all comes out, I'm at 85-90%. That's why I'm able to keep up. Alright, features. Like later on, you're able to use other stuff, like you take less 5 damage, you do more damage, increase your divinity, you get to put something else on. But right now, this is a good build for low gear score. Repeated Blessing. Whenever you heal an ally affected by Healing Word, you gotta match it up with an encounter or daily power. The effect of Healing Word is extended. Healing Word not be extended for its original duration. So that means when I pop Healing Word lasts for about 10 to 12 seconds. And they're going to get healed over time every 2 to 3 seconds. And that's your whole group. That's everybody's going to get that. So that worked very well. So you could cast it once and cast it again 12 seconds, so you can regenerate the divinity you just spent on it by casting it. Now, Empowered Soothe, once again, this used to be an old MTOS build. If you want to use Soothe, by all means use it, but I don't use it anymore. Cycle of Prayer. Increase divinity regeneration rate by 3 seconds. This effect may stack up 4 times. It's really good. You get to generate divinity quickly, but I don't recommend this until later on, until you start doing a little bit more DPS. But at the moment, I am using Battle Prayer. Encounter powers where cost divinity now grants Battle Prayer, reducing the cast time of your next Light of Divinity to 1%, and decreases the divinity cost by 50. That's a discount. Everybody wants a discount. That's why I chose it. I wanted a discount. I'm using my coupon right now. Give me the discount. Alright, now these two I really don't like that much. But let me go to Towering Light. Increase your damage dealt by 10%. This effect decreases as your remaining divinity decreases. So this is if you're using a little bit of DPS, but I still won't really recommend it, because once your divinity goes down, your damage goes down. Yeah, that's a loss right there. So no, period. I'm using Blessed Ornament, and I chose this because it grants Divinity Glow and exalting the effect of decreasing your damage taken by 10% and dealing additional radiant damage after most attacks. So it's giving me additional 10%. So if I'm using Divine Glow, that's reduce your threat by half, and then it's gonna do an additional 10%. So it's gonna reduce my threat by a lot. Like I said before, it comes in handy when you have a tank or when you're a Reaper and you pull the aggro. So that's helpful. Alright, Anointed Arms. Anointed Arms now lasts half the duration and heals for half as much, but increases all effects of allies damage by 3%. This is very useful. So later on, when you get higher ranked, this is what I'll be switching to. So I'm going to use a token, and I'm going to retrain, and I'm going to put this and use Anointed Army instead of Guardian of Life while I do more DPS. But for right now, I'm using Persistent Guardian. After using Guardian of Faith and Guardian of Life, the Guardian remains and heals wounded party members every few seconds. So that's my combo right there, you see. Like I said, at the moment, I'm trying to get as much heals because my heals, as you notice, my gear score is low. So I need something to keep up. But you could also switch to this now if you like to. But at the moment, not really. This is what I'm going with, just to stay afloat with my heals. Because if your heals are too low, people will remember that. Now, the last feature I really don't like. That requires channel divinity. That's this. I don't do a lot of this. So I didn't choose any. But if I chose any, it'll probably be Angel of Life if they changed it. But mostly in the past, well, you gotta mark them. So you mark them with the R1 or RB button, and they're gonna have wings. If you see on the clip, they're gonna have wings over their head. And in the past, a lot of people don't like to be marked. You get a lot of you actually get a lot of hate, like just unmark me, unmark me. So I don't mark nobody no more. I still carry that. And the only person I mark is the tank, and that's on a boss when there's a break period and he's consistently taking the aggro and taking damage. Now that's the only time I'll mark him, and I'll heal him with that. And then once the boss is dead, I'll take the wings off of him. So extends the cast time of channel divinity, but at the same time, the longer you hold that channel divinity, that's pretty much how much you're gonna heal them for. So like I said, on a tank that's not too strong, you're gonna be using that a lot on a boss. So that also takes away time from you using your counters and trying to regenerate daily, because you're trying to stay with trying to keep your tank alive so he could take all the aggro. It takes work. It's a lot of work. So, and plus it feels like a restriction on my outgoing healing, so that's why I didn't click any of them. But like I said, if anything, I'll probably pick Angel just because it says without paying their divinity cost. So, yep. But I don't really use that much, so I left it alone. But you can pick one if you like. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think I covered it all. Thanks for watching. Dun, da, da, da. Take it easy till the next time. Peace.